How's everybody doing today? My name is Master Zero, and welcome back to another reaction video. This time we're reacting to Is Civilization on the Brink of Collapse by Kurtstagat. Alright, so this is kind of crazy because I've been this has been really on my mind here lately because I've been noticing a lot of stuff, the prices are rising everywhere, you know, and stuff is starting to become scarce, harder to find than normal, and you know, so this kind of seed of doubt, I guess you would call it, has been planted in my brain for quite a while now. So for Kurtstagat to make a video about it, it's something crazy, you know, because it's kind of whoa, you know, you're whoa, someone else is thinking about the same thing I'm thinking about. So it's really interesting to see how they come about it, because I do have kind of strong feelings over this over this subject, you know, but obviously I'm not gonna share it on an internet thing, my soapbox, if you will, because I'm not gonna do that. That's stupid. We're all here to have fun and be friends. So without any further ado, Is Civilization on the Brink of Collapse?
At its height,
I say
the Roman
perhaps.
Empire was home to about 30% of the world's
Oh, we're going there. Okay.
And in many ways, it was the pinnacle of human advancement.
Yes, it was.
Its citizens enjoyed
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Central heating, concrete, double glazing, banking, international trade,
okay,
and upward social mobility.
When you actually put their accomplishments all on one screen,
with 1 million
it's pretty special.
And was a center of technological, legal, and economic progress.
Let's go.
An empire
got that epic music to boot.
Topple, stable and rich and powerful. Until it
yeah,
wasn't anymore.
I was waiting for that.
First slowly, then suddenly, the most powerful civilization on Earth collapsed.
Oof.
By civilization, we mean a complex society where
Okay.
labor is specialized and social
Thank you for
classes emerge,
elaborating.
and which is ruled by institutions.
I don't like the person on top.
Civilization
I don't really care
share
who
a
it is.
dominant mutual language and culture, and domesticate plants and animals to feed and sustain large cities,
Yes.
where they often construct impressive monuments.
Very impressive. One of the
Civilization
most
lets us
impressive.
become efficient on large scales, collect vast amounts of knowledge, and put human ingenuity and the natural resources of the world to work.
And they
Without
frack a lot.
civilization, most people would never have been born. Which makes it a
That's
bit
true.
concerning that collapse is the rule, not the exception.
Game over.
Virtually
In
all
real life too.
civilizations end, on average,
Check out that
after
fire.
340 years.
Hey,
Collapse is rarely nice for individuals.
you don't
Their
say.
shared cultural identity is shattered as institutions lose the power to organize people.
Oh.
Knowledge
Yeah,
is
that's
lost,
kinda bad.
living standards fall,
Oh, no.
violence increases,
Stop it.
and often the population declines.
Oh.
The civilization either completely
Well, if you're Thanos, that's
disappears,
good.
is absorbed
Depending
by
on who you
stronger
are.
neighbors, or something new emerges. Sometimes with
What's
more
the
primitive
new?
technology than before.
Is that poopy?
If this is how it's been
Lot of
over the
poopy.
ages, what about us today?
Uh-huh. That's, oh my god, when they just do it a huge intro like that, you know it's gonna be a great video.
Just as
Every
Europeans forgot how to build indoor plumbing and make cement, will we lose our industrial technology?
That's
And
disgusting.
with that, our greatest
Reminds me of a
achievements,
couple of
from
Assassin's Creed
$1
games.
pizza to smartphones or laser eye surgery.
No.
Will all this go
There's a
away
new one.
too?
It's not just LASIK.
Today, our cities stretch for thousands of square kilometers.
Yeah,
We
kinda
travel
don't
the
like it.
skies.
Oh.
Our communication is instant.
Hey, seems sus.
Industrial agriculture.
First time we actually see it, though.
High-yield plants, efficient machinery, and high-potency fertilizer feeds billions of people.
Yes,
Modern
with a
medicine
B.
gives us the longest lifespan we've ever had.
Wish it
while
could be more, though.
Industrial technology gives us an unprecedented level of comfort and abundance, even though we haven't yet learned to attain them without destroying our ecosystem. There are
We don't need to cut to
arguably
that
still
part.
different civilizations
Could've just stopped a
around
little
today
ahead of that.
that compete and coexist with each other, but together they also form a singular global civilization.
Yeah, people, we're all on the
But
same
this
freaking
modern
rock.
globalized civilization
just be
is
happy
even
together?
more vulnerable in some
Oh.
ways than past empires because we are much more deeply interconnected.
That is true.
A
Okay,
collapse of
it's
the
harder for us to
industrialized
collapse
world
because we're so
literally
ingrained.
means that the majority of people alive today would perish, since without industrial agriculture, we would no longer be able to feed them.
That is true.
And there's an even greater
And some of the people
risk.
that think it comes from the
What
store.
if a collapse was so deeply destructive that we were unable to
Oh.
reindustrialize again? What if it ruined our
It's gotta be like
chances of
Thanos level
enjoying
threat,
a
my man.
flourishing future as a multiplanetary species? A
Multiplanetary
global
species, I love
civilizational
that
collapse
wording.
Could be an existential catastrophe, something that ruins not just the lives of everyone alive
Is
today,
that like the artificial
but
glass
all the
ceiling?
future generations that could have come into being.
Oh, I
All
was
the
joking.
knowledge we might have discovered, the art we might have created, the joys we might have experienced.
Oh,
would be
okay.
lost.
This is really making me
So,
think, man.
How likely is all of this? Let's start with some good news.
Thank you.
While civilization collapses
In bad, I
have
don't care.
happened
I need
regularly,
good right now.
None have ever derailed the course of global civilization.
Let's go.
Rome collapsed, but the Aksumite Empire, or the Teotihuacans, and of course the Byzantine Empire, carried on.
I'm not even gonna try to pronounce those
What
things.
about
I can't even say the
sudden
channel's name.
crashes? So far, we've not seen a catastrophe that has killed much more than 10% of the global population.
That's still kind of a lot,
pandemic,
though.
No natural disaster, no war. The last clear example of a rapid global population decrease was
Hiya.
the Black Death, a
Oh.
pandemic of the bubonic plague in the 14th century that spread across the Middle East and
I did
Europe
not know
and
about
killed
that.
a third of all Europeans and about 1/10 of the global population.
Wow.
If any event was going to cause the collapse of civilization, that
I
should
thought it was
have been
rats.
But
Yeah,
even
you.
the
I thought
Black
it was you.
Death demonstrates humanity's resilience more than its fragility. While the old societies were massively disrupted in the short term,
Oh,
the
yeah.
intense loss of human lives
Evil.
and suffering did little to negatively impact European economic and technological development in the
Uh-huh.
long run.
Okay.
Population size recovered within 2 centuries, and just 2 centuries
Oh.
later, the Industrial Revolution began.
Hey, there it is.
History is full of incredible
Is that
recoveries
the
from
intro?
horrible tragedies.
Mm-hmm.
Take the atomic bombing of Hiroshima.
I
during
hoped
World
it
War
wasn't
II.
that. But what else would it have been?
140,000 people were killed, and
Ah.
90% of the city was at least partially incinerated or reduced to rubble. But against all odds,
Demon
they
Slayer.
made a remarkable recovery.
Let's go.
Hiroshima's population recovered within a decade, and
Hey.
today it's a thriving city of 1.2
Alright.
million people. None of this made these horrible events any less horrible for
For
those
real.
who lived through them. But for us as a species,
so bad
these
for
signs
just
of
anyone. I don't even care who you
resilience
are.
Good news.
You go through struggle,
Why
I feel you.
recovery is likely, even in the worst case.
Hey,
One thing that's different
this is
from
another
historic
positive
collapses
video,
is that
okay.
humanity
I mean,
now
he's still
has
on the positive part.
unprecedented destructive power. Today's nuclear arsenals are so
Rome shouldn't
powerful
have
that
nukes.
all-out global war could cause a nuclear winter and billions of deaths.
Uh-huh.
Our
Okay.
knowledge of our own biology and how to manipulate it is getting so advanced that it's becoming possible to engineer
Oh, hi.
viruses as contagious as the coronavirus and as deadly as Ebola. Increasingly, the risk of global pandemics is much higher than in the past.
Yeah. Because
So
we could
may
travel
cause a
essentially
collapse
anywhere we
ourselves,
want to.
and it might be much worse than the things nature has thrown at us so far.
Yes.
But if, say, 99%
It
of
would
the
be
population
man-made,
died,
right?
would global civilization collapse
Poor birdie.
forever?
Don't go.
Could we recover from such a tragedy? We have some reasons to be optimistic.
There's a Will Smith, I Am
Let's start
Legend.
with food. There are 1 billion agricultural
Starting off strong,
workers
my
today,
man.
so even if the global population fell to just 80 million, it's virtually guaranteed
Oh,
that many
wow,
survivors
that's
would know
small.
how to produce food.
I
And
played
we don't
Farming
need to start at
Simulator.
square
I live
one,
in
because
the
we can
pasture,
still
middle of
use
nowhere.
modern high-yield crops. Maize is 10 times bigger than its wild ancestor.
Huh.
Ancient tomatoes were the size of today's peas.
Really?
After agriculture, the next step towards
I didn't know that
recovery
either.
would be rebuilding industrial
love learning.
capacity
It's so
like
nice.
power grids and automated manufacturing. A
Ayo.
huge problem
Oh,
is that our
yeah.
economies of scale make it impossible to just pick up where we left off. Many of our high-tech industries are only functional because of huge demand and intensely interconnected supply
okay.
chains across different continents.
Just avoid roads.
Even
Do
if
public
our
transportation,
infrastructure were
right?
left
Free.
unharmed, we would make huge steps backwards technologically. But then again,
Ruh-roh.
we are thinking in larger timeframes. Industrialization originally happened 12,000 years after the agricultural revolution. So if we
12,000.
need to start over after a massive collapse,
Sorta can't
it shouldn't be
comprehend
that
that.
hard to reindustrialize, at least on evolutionary timescales.
Yeah, like the broad
There's a hitch
scale.
The Industrial Revolution was fueled literally by burning easily accessible coal, and we are still very much reliant on it.
That's true.
If we use it all up today,
I was about to
aside from
say,
making
we're about to
rapid
use it
climate
up.
change much worse, we could hinder our ability to recover from a huge crisis. So we should stop using easy-to-access coal, so it can serve as a civilization
Yes,
insurance
like oxygen
in
not
case
included,
something
man.
bad
You can't just
happens.
keep using coal. You'll run
Another
out.
thing that makes recovery likely is that we'd probably have most of the information we need to rebuild
All right.
civilization.
Pumped up
We
music.
would certainly lose
Still
a lot of
positive?
crucial institutional knowledge, especially
Oh.
on hard drives that nobody could read or operate anymore.
Yeah.
But a lot of the
We got a robot.
technological, scientific, and cultural knowledge stored in the
CP3O.
world's 2.6
He's
million
perfect.
libraries would survive the catastrophe. The post-collapse survivors would
Uh,
know what
getting
used to be
heavy like
possible,
Assassin's Creed
and they could
vibes, man.
reverse engineer some of the tools and machines they'd
Let's
find.
go.
In
Just one toaster?
conclusion, despite the bleak prospect of catastrophic threats, natural or created by ourselves, there is reason for optimism. humankind is remarkably resilient.
That is
and
true.
Even in the case of a global civilizational collapse, it
The
seems
poor
likely that
bird.
we would be able to recover.
Why is it only one at
Even
a time,
if
man?
many people
Help
were
each
to
other
perish
out.
or suffer immense hardship.
Thanks.
Even if we lost cultural and technological achievements in the
Oh
process.
my.
But given the stakes, the risks are still unnervingly high. Nuclear war and dangerous pandemics threaten
Again.
the amazing global civilization we have built.
Awkward.
Humanity is like a teenager, speeding
Okay.
around blind corners, drunk without a seatbelt.
I love that,
The
man.
good news is
Such
that
a
it's
good
still
expression.
early enough to prepare for and to mitigate these risks. We just
Okay.
need to actually do it.
Yes.
We made this video together
Hey.
with Will MacAskill, a
Hi.
professor of philosophy at Oxford and
I
one
like
of
the
the founders
bird.
of the effective altruism movement.
Let's
Which
go.
is about doing the most good you can with your time and money.
Hey,
Will
okay.
just published a new book called What We Owe the Future, which
I
is
love
about
that
how
title.
you can positively impact the long-term future of our world. If you like Kurzgesagt videos,
I love
the
it.
chances are high
Kurzgesagt.
you'll like it. The book has some pretty counterintuitive arguments, like that risks from new technologies such as AI and synthetic biology are at least as grave as those from climate change.
Is that what
Or that the world doesn't
your
contain
newer
too many
videos have been
people,
based off
but too
of?
few. And especially that everyday actions like recycling or refusing to fly just aren't that big a
I
deal
won't do it, man.
compared to where you
I'm not
donate
flapping.
or what career you pursue.
Oh.
Most importantly, it argues that by acting wisely, you can help make tomorrow better than today.
Dude,
And how
you
we
spitting like
together
the
can build a
Epcot
flourishing
Center in
world for the
Disney World.
thousands or millions of generations that will come after us. Many things we at Kurzgesagt
It's a nice
talk
way to
about
look at it,
regularly
though, like
are
straight up,
discussed here
like the
in much
optimism.
greater detail. Check out What We Owe the Future
I love
wherever
it.
you get your books or audiobooks.
Lovely.
Did
I only
we
read
manage
comics,
to
but
unlock a new fear for you?
what is
counter
happening, my
existential
man?
dread with appreciation for humanity.
Okay.
Look how far we've come as a species.
Pretty damn
what
far.
We've built, and
Yes.
Where we've gathered.
What is happening? I'm
Let this
down
new
though.
world
A
map
roller coaster.
Be a
Whee!
reminder
Oh.
of what we can achieve.
God, they really know how to sell stuff. Come on, man. I was fixing to go on a journey, my man. All right. That was, again, very, very nice. So, all right, that was really, really dope, man. That was so, like, not only was it entertaining, but it was so inspirational and, like, just educational, you know, like, all the E's, you know? Like, but, like, it was fantastic stuff nonetheless, like, just watching, like, what we can do, like, to make things better, you know, in the world, and just how we can, like, prosper the future, you know, instead of just looking at it bleak. It kind of ties into the last one, you know. It's like, don't just look at it all bleak and like, oh, it's just pointless no matter what. Like, look at it with optimism and like this. It's like humanity has gone through a lot of stuff that should have killed us in the past, you know, but we keep pushing through. We keep overcoming those obstacles, you know, which is really, really cool, like, as a species, like, as a whole. Like, that's what I keep saying. Like, I wish we could just, like, all come together and be just happy together and just be neighbors, you know, like, one another. Like, it doesn't matter what race, where you're from, like, it doesn't matter any of that, you know. But, like, I don't know, this is really, really fantastic stuff. I love it so much. I love Kurzgesagt, like, especially their newer ones. They've been, like, having some... They've been talking about issues that I've been thinking about myself, which is very, very cool. And like to have that connection with something you're watching is really, really, it's just really cool. So thank everybody so much for watching. Leave a like down below, subscribe, ring the bell, become a member. You get videos a day early, and check out the merch. So with that said, I have been Master Zero. Y'all guys have been fantastic, and I'll see y'all in the next episode. Later days.